Hi, so I just wanted to really quickly preface this video by explaining that me and my husband went to Iceland for 4.5 days, and we spent a little over a day and a half in Boston. We had a stopover each way, going from Chicago to Boston to Iceland, and then Iceland, Boston, Chicago. And I have been to Boston before, very briefly. I kind of drove through it and I think I stopped at a few things and maybe went out to eat. I went on a road trip with my sister I don't even know, a very long time ago, over 10 years ago. So I didn't really remember a lot from Boston. So I was really excited to go back, and I actually love this city. It's definitely one of my favorite cities in the US. So yeah, back to the video. We arrived in Boston around 9 a.m. from Chicago, and the first thing that we did was just wander around this park. We were trying to make our way to a luggage storage area, which we actually never found, so we did have to drag our suitcase around the city the entire day until our flight to Iceland in the evening. But it wasn't that big of a deal because we had a pretty small bag. But yeah, we just kind of explored this park. It was super nice. The weather was really nice this day, so it was just really relaxing. I had a few things marked on Google as things we wanted to see, and one of them is Paul Revere's house, which is part of the Freedom Trail. If you're not familiar, you can look that up. There's just a lot of historical stops in Boston. This area was super crowded, but it was really cool to see this style of architecture and all the historical buildings. And we knew since we were coming to Boston, we had to get clam chowder and a lobster roll, and we decided to come to Boston Sail Loft because I saw online that it has some of the best clam chowder in Boston, and I definitely agree. It was 10 out of 10. We just split a lobster roll and a bowl of clam chowder. After eating lunch, we decided to walk a little bit more downtown in the Quincy Market area. It was very crowded, but it was interesting. There was a lot going on. We got some iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts just because I had a gift card from my mom. And then we walked past the Old State House, which is the oldest surviving public building in Boston. This building is so pretty. And then we just kind of wandered around a little bit more, and before we knew it, we had to go back to the airport to go to Iceland. And we just took the subway in Boston and then the free airport shuttle to and from the airport and the train station. We arrived back in Boston in the evening, and we took the free shuttle that our hotel provided to get from the airport to the hotel. And then we just dropped our bags off and walked to go get dinner. We had pizza and it was really amazing. This hotel was nice, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you have a car because it was pretty hard to get to and there wasn't a lot to eat around it. The next morning we took the hotel shuttle to the airport and then immediately got on the airport shuttle and then took that to the subway station and then took the subway into downtown Boston. It was kind of complicated, but it was the cheapest way to get to downtown Boston from our hotel. We came across King's Chapel Burial Ground as we were walking, and this was super interesting just because of how old the gravestones are, and there's a lot of really interesting historical people that were buried here. We made our way over to the Boston Commons Park, which is a really big park kind of in the center of downtown Boston. I overheard a tour guide say that it's America's oldest city park, and this is also the start of the Freedom Trail. And across Charles Street you can find the Public Garden, which is a super pretty garden. It was one of the top things that I wanted to see in Boston. It has a big pond that you can ride little swan boats, and then a bunch of statues, and of course flowers everywhere. It's just really nice. little visitor center right by this fountain that has a gift shop that I got a Christmas ornament from, so if you're looking for souvenirs, check out that place. That's where you start the Freedom Trail tours. And then we went to Primark. This location was really good. And after that, we got some lunch at Shake Shack. It rained for a little while, so we sat inside and kind of just waited it out because we didn't have our umbrellas with us. And then we wandered around a little more and I came across this Christmas shop, which I really wanted to go inside because I love Christmas stores. This one was really good, but it was also very expensive. Then we went over to Chinatown just because when I'm in a city, I like to visit the Chinatown just because I want to see like what the architecture looks like, and I don't know, it's just something I like to see. We didn't really do that much here, we just kind of walked around a little bit and walked through this little city park. Then we came across this public market. We decided to go inside and check it out. I think it would be a really fun place to get food if we were hungry, but we had already eaten. I did get a pretzel from one of the stands, but I definitely want to come back here someday. And they also have this outdoor area where there's a bunch of fruits and veggies. All of the buildings in this part of Boston are really, really cute. They remind me so much of London. And I'm pretty sure one of these buildings is one of the oldest bars in America. I saw this seagull and I swear it is the biggest seagull I've ever seen. It might not look like it, but it was so massive. He was really cute. And then we kind of just hung out for a little while before we had to go back to the airport to catch our flight back to Chicago. And that's all for my time in Boston. Thank you for watching and please subscribe to my channel.